Is the song just gonna... Okay.
Previously on Alan Wake.
Okay.
I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me.
I don't think I
thought
need...
maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I feel like I fucking need it there, though.
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at. But the cabin had disappeared.
This released episode? I don't think it was. I mean, it's all one single game on Steam at the very least. But God, his face when he was in shock from seeing the cabin missing was just fucking
Honey,
hilarious.
I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Coffee.
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you
You
up.
can see the coffee. Also, this is 3 years ago, so this is from before he stopped being able to write. Like, the coffee maker's handy, but have you considered toilet with a washing machine? Huh? Have you considered the toilet with the washing machine in it? Just spoke editing for the previous segment. Oh yeah. Top tier. Ma'am. Sir. Make your damn beds. Also, you only have one pillow.
The continuing freezing rain and heavy snowfall have necessitated a winter storm warning in the entire tri-state area. People are advised to
We're
stay
suddenly playing
indoors.
Fahrenheit.
City roadways are already closed, and city officials are not expecting snow crews to keep up with the weather. We're now on the third day of the blizzard, and the weather is not expected to clear up anytime soon.
Oh, I was hoping to see the ground. I wanted to see if they'd actually bothered. Huh. Empty closet. If they'd actually bothered putting snow on the ground, because he didn't on the roof. Five copies of my own book? Oh no, wait, they're different books. Return to Sender, What I Can't Forget, Alex Casey, The Things That I Want, and The Fall of Casey. Wow. Which one's first? What's with the golden guns? A completely nondescript trophy of golden guns.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake.
My own Alan
Thinking
Wake.
in metaphors
Hey.
again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
It's written like a fucking noir novel.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red.
There's some
Gruesome
slushy.
dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it.
It's Max Payne?
I can see them now. My wife and my
That's
baby.
another game I haven't played.
Honey, I'm home.
Yeah, I missed quite a few from first chapter. Damn. Okay, so I know I'm supposed to get coffee, but
Hey, handsome.
have
This
you
is gonna be a
considered
long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
I fucking hate this. But it seems to it might be. I have no idea. It's probably another game I should play. Because again, I've heard tons about it, it's just never actually played it.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty much all I know
just
is
finished those
the
cover
name.
mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Heyo. I love her. She's my new favorite human.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Of course he called.
Alan! Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
Probably just a power cut though.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hi.
it's probably
You
just
okay?
I'm
power
sorry.
cut from the weather.
It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
Explain the
I know
stupid
it's
stuff. Like,
stupid,
yeah.
But it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay.
There once
I
was
used
a
to have
man
these
from
nightmares
Devon.
when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
They're cute, but they're about to fucking die. Yeah, I think Max Payne might be on my wish list. Probably should be at the very least.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're
Isn't
done
this the
here.
radio
If
guy?
your pain
No.
gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the
It's
image of
that.
a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
No manuscript pages. Big sad. But it's ready coffee. All I'm really here for is coffee. Ooh, what is this?
Thank you for testing the
Knack for winning contests.
Everything seems to be fine.
His identifying feature is he has a knack for winning contests.
Bolts will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
That's a lot of messing people though.
Take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now. Very good.
Richard Bull, Bruce Dansky, and Jacob Miller.
Just in case.
Just appreciate Alan said he pulls off the tweed jacket with elbow patches. God, that really is an outfit, isn't it? Really is.
Come in, Mr. Wake.
Nope.
Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
You can wait, madam. I am exploring for coffee.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Okay, but have you got any coffee?
That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the
He's
local
clearly
newspaper, but
transvestite.
she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
Hey, welcome in. How are you doing, buddy? So anyway, I started bouncing.
The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
Ma'am, I'm busy looking for coffee. Even better.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
And then she died. Good. Lovely. And also thermos. Go one of each.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign
Does
of
Thornton
him
have any chocolate?
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the parade float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Listen to Alice. The VA I could listen to all day was just
Sheriff
Stucky.
Breaker is waiting for you down the corridor in her office.
Stucky was just incredible to listen to. But also, I murdered him.
Your phone, Mr. Wake?
Listen, madam, give me a fucking break. Thank you.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Well,
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I couldn't go anywhere yet. I had to play along with the caller. Alice's life was at stake.
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the light? The light's on! The deputies, they don't understand. They won't
I'm
listen to
turning
me.
the lights off for him.
I need it to be bright in here.
I'm not taking the chance with these fucking lights.
Thank you. Hey, you're all right. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See? Sure.
Why are the
I
lights not on in the
beat 'em
first
up.
place? That's my
I
question.
wasn't drunk. I mean, it was.
Like, why are none of the lights in the prison on? Like, that seems like the kind of like, you know, that's weird. That's just weird.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
The diner.
Drunk at the
And the
time.
diner's the...
I only got drunk after.
That's where we
The early
got.
morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, "Go through the fence on the left."
That's where we got the key. So presumably the lady that gave us that key is like the sort of human mask of The darkness.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the Sheriff's Department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their deer
I don't think
festival.
that's what they were really busy with, buddy.
We get this every year. I know it's exciting that the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police
Okay,
station.
but
There was something
Alec,
for me
Alec,
in an abandoned car.
Alec, I said, I am busy searching for lit. You understand this by now, surely. Oh, hang on. Don't know what I'm hanging on for because I was clearly wrong. Well, because there was a hole in it, it was definitely going to be like lit. Jesus, Ellen.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
So that's where we're going to right now. So there's definitely other people in this area who see the weird
Alice's
shit with
driver's
the,
license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
with the shadows.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
I want to pull its lever so much. Pull in, please. Claim. Yeah, like none of...
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite.
Did you react to
If I
hydrate?
stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
This whole thing's so confusing. I'm still so baffled that none of these lights are turned on.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still in...
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
Wait, this is the
invited her
doctor
here.
person.
My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh my! Take it easy.
This is the guy
Nobody
that...
move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent.
Oh,
if you
God.
have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, My offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, that's the weird doctor guy that Alice brought us here to try and get her to see.
Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone.
There's a part of me that
Barry
feels that some of this
everything.
might
He
be
thought I
like a
was
setup.
certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I was
it's Rose.
just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
Barry is smitten.
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Okay, but where's the manuscript pages? Skeleton of Colombian mammoth. Specimen estimated to be 14,000 years old. Was covered from the laboratory. From the lab rat tar pits. It was donated to Elderwood National Park in 1998. Colombian mammoth became Washington State fossil named Bucktooth Charlie. So it's an actual
Seriously, Al, what you were saying
fossil.
in the car? Just
But they just
listen
stuck
to
it as like
yourself.
a museum
What,
attraction.
You shot a guy and his body
Here.
just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week. And someone's got Alice.
Do
and
you
everything's just...
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
That's the thing, I'm not entirely sure which parts of this are potentially some kind of setup.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost
Like,
done.
if
Hey,
he's
Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
trying to make him
Mr.
write
Wake,
more.
I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk?
Puppy.
It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure.
There's a puppy.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing, listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Why would you think this is just something he's making up for Frank?
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
The retard pits for real thing? Oh,
Can you tell me
interesting.
how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Nice car.
If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max.
Oh, this is the puppy that
Guess
was
I'm a little
lost,
worried.
isn't it?
We got a bunch of campers out
At
there
least
we
I think
haven't
it
heard
was.
from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know, I just don't want any trouble.
Oh.
Right,
Oh
thanks.
no, traps. I'm absolutely gonna...
You're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went
I'm absolutely gonna
into
was
thin
stabbed
air,
in a trap
a
at some
guy
point.
who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
He's gonna stick around just because he wants the money.
That's just crazy talk.
It's the real reason he came out here.
Al? Al?
Has he really been just going on for hours and hours?
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak.
That's you.
He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Or I could be your patient. Bless you.
Just be careful with the natives, Al.
Natives.
These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again.
Isn't
it? Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here.
Poison ivy.
Spores, poison ivy. God,
God, I wish Poison Ivy was here.
This is so not worth a 15% commission.
Nope. Keeping those lights on because we're not nutty. Yeah, I have no idea who Joe Pesci actually is. I've seen the name many times. Not a clue who he is. I'll take those batteries, thank you very much. But that's... Is this the back door? That's just common. I don't know... Yeah, this one's locked. I don't know actors. So can I put the barbecue on? See, I don't really eat barbecue stuff, but for some reason I've been just craving barbecue. Like just going to a barbecue and having the meats. But then I've been on like a non-stop food crave for the last like 4 days. So that's been fun. My Cousin Vinny. Never seen My Cousin Vinny. That's another thing. You'll also notice that I never...
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with
Who are you talking to, sir?
Step of the way, Al. Walk through the door now.
You're talking to a closed wall. Yeah, I also just don't watch movies as a whole. Manuscript. Yoink.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Seems about right.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot.
Oh yeah, she saw a person. It kind of seems like us arriving here kicked off all of this stuff.
I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
I'm kind of confused that the sheriff never heard him saying Alice's name after picking up the phone. But he was only on the other side of a door. Raid the house for loot. Just stealing someone's gun ammo. This is fine.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though.
I want to go
You're
to
the
a painting
outdoors type.
competition
I know for a fact
as a
you're an avid
judge.
fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
It's a pie eating competition, not a pie making competition.
Fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the piece of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
What the fuck? Did you see that? I just turned around and there was a person walking past outside. That was fucking creepy. Yeah, it's lying around outside a locked gun cabinet. Clearly it's the road fault. Yeah, there was absolutely someone who just wandered by outside. What the fuck? That one gave me an actual, like, chill. But truthfully though, shouldn't we have barrier around just so that, like, if this isn't real, we have, like, a grounding presence there because someone who's not actually involved in it all. And if it is real, then he'd be able to believe us as well. Yeah, nothing weird going on. Nothing. Nothing at all. Why? Why would you? Genuinely, why would you? Oh, is this going to be the... excuse me?
Punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization.
Excuse me?
But some crimes are impossible to punish. Especially in Night Springs. In tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
So Michael Jackson?
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy.
And I've only just noticed the beam sort of shrinks as the battery goes down.
And quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists. Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like
Is this
that?
guy gonna be...
I didn't like his face? Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must
I didn't like his face.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt.
How
when you
about
took him to the
that?
game, but the white shirt is on the dead guy.
Like an imposter.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent.
And it's just out the handcuffs. Maybe in the mirror. How much of an episode is this actually going to be? Is this going to be... Oh no, that's actually the... I thought for a second it was generally going to go for an entire... Like an entire thing. Bird. Yeah, I thought it was going to go for like, oh, this is what actually happens when you found him in the mirror. Burp. $100 penalty for feeding wildlife. Oh. Manuscript. Oh god, that's a long way down.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Is she gonna dump her boyfriend to try and fuck me? That's time I tell you, I hope so. Another manuscript. Ooh. Another manuscript page.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with
Oh
an
no,
awful smell,
Rusty dying.
as if some rotten drowned thing had
Never mind,
crawled
won't be
up
cheating.
its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. "Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page."
Which page? We've not had any page about him being attacked yet. But that implies that he's...
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury. Rusty? Damn.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me!
What the fuck is happening over here?
Anybody? Help me!
Car?
Help me!
Sir, you can wait. There's lit to be had.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear.
Well, that'll be the,
Die alone.
That'll be the page that he was talking about, huh? Sir, give it a fucking
The ranger's
rest.
office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
There's coffee. Your dying is not important when there's coffee. Sir. What actually hit the building? Like, what?
Hello?
What hit this?
I'm back here. Hey, please.
What's with all the blood? Like, the blood
Mr. Wake?
filled the entire way.
Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
See, everyone around here.
This couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Like, everyone around here. Also, that's a fucking lot of blood. But everyone around here
The only way to
knows
make sure
there's
that
some kind
Rusty
of
was
weird
safe
shit going
was
on
to get the power running and the lights back on.
with the darkness. Everybody knows. Like, there's not a single person who hasn't been like, oh, something in the darkness, something in the darkness. But the second someone says that there's something in the darkness, they're like, nope, not a thing.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Also, some of the power cables are kind of snapped, so I don't think this is going to work as well as you're hoping, buddy.
I was too late.
Ah.
Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
What?
Rusty! Rusty!
The ground was covered with glowing patches. It looked like liquid darkness.
What the hell?
Hunters need hunting licenses.
What the? Is that Rusty? Oh. Let me just pop that battery in there. Yeah, I wish my torch was just like self-charging, you know? Like this one.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
I don't know, that hole looks slightly too small for the mammoth, to be honest. I think that mammoth's a little bit bigger than that. You know, you can do better than this, Alan.